I do not have an actual montage this time around because this is going to be a video that simply is going to break down the Futility Belt skill instead of an actual build showcase. I will be showing off later on how to use it, or how you could use it if it worked, but yes, that is why we do not have an actual intro this time around. So, to get us started, let's read the skill description. Zane gains resistance to non-elemental damage. Kill skill. After killing an enemy, all elemental damage Zane takes is converted to non-elemental damage. Effect: damage reduction plus 20%, duration 15 seconds. On paper, this sounds like a fairly mediocre skill. Simply because if you have, for instance, a shield, you would take shock damage. That is great because that shock damage will instead be non-elemental damage and therefore deal less damage to your shields. The problem is, if you have, for instance, Cryo, which would deal half damage to your shield, it will now deal normal damage. What makes the skill even worse is that on immunity shields, like the red suit, getting damaged by radiation will deal no damage instead of increased damage, and now you will bypass that immunity. I'll irradiate myself, activate the skill, and suddenly I'm taking damage. Isn't that fun? But what if I want to stop that? Well, I just activate the skill again. Why does this work? Basically, this skill is just as broken as the Victory Rush skill used to be before it got patched. Meaning, as soon as you refresh the skill in any way whatsoever, it completely stops functioning entirely. At least the kill skill portion of it. The non-elemental damage resistance is active whether or not the kill skill is applying or not. Now, inconveniently, I have taken some damage from this. But in order to fix that, I can just activate my kill skills and start healing myself. Oh, what's that? Is that my shield refilling from me hitting my target with my gun? Yes, of course it is. Because the Futility Belt skill also does some other things. Speculation. Not only does it remove the element of any damage that you take, but it also removes the element of any healing that you take. Meaning, instead of the normal health only element, it defaults to the, normal element of healing, which heals your lowest life bar, and when that is full, it will heal the next life bar, which of course is your shields. And that will mean that your amp shields can constantly be refilled. What this means is that effectively you get the Bloodletter effect on Zane without having to equip a Bloodletter on Zane. Isn't that something that is very much enjoyable and 100% intended? I would actually consider this fairly balanced if it was a capstone, because assuming that Gearbox would only fix the part where it breaks upon refreshing, having this as a 26 skill point investment would be strong but not overpowered. Sure, you do get to refill an amp shield to full with pretty much every shot that you do, but in turn, you also do not get to spend as many skill points in other skill trees. There is no defined way to build around this. However, I will show you one build just to show off how strong this actually could be if it was utilized correctly. So, I will be using a Vanquisher, which doubles its firing rate while sliding. I will be using a Snowdrift. It has a splatter gun effect, but I don't even have a shotgun, so it doesn't really matter. It has some fire damage on it, which will boost this Vanquisher with 2 max fire damage. And of course, the one-shotter shield, which will be constantly refilled by me shooting Graveward. Keep in mind that you are only able to utilize this while one stack of kill skills is active. So it will get only one stack of movement speed, one stack of reload speed, one stack of firing rate, and so on. However, the double amp or the extra amp damage more than makes up for that. So against Graveward, I will be switching to the Barrier. I will activate one stack of skill skulls so I can get my Terramite up. And I will then wait for this to run out. Which conveniently, with this timing, it does perfectly. Let's throw down Barrier, get that movement speed bonus in the Augment, slide, and kill him. So yeah, there you go. That's at Mayhem 11. And that was a one clip on Graveward with a Vanquisher. An SMG that does 8,575 damage per shot. Thank you for watching.